Hello everyone. So we shall be discussing the first chapter, that is fundamentals of logic. So here in this particular module we'll be going into detail its deep discussion on propositions, what is this particular subject deals with, along with different kinds of laws of logic, and we shall be solving certain problems related to logic. So I am Professor Archana Priyadarshini, Department of ISC, CEC. So I'll be introducing all the contents listed in the index in the following module. So before moving on to its deep discussion about laws of logic, as well as coming into logic based concepts, so first what questions that arise in our mind is what exactly is this particular subject, that is what is discrete mathematical structures, or in short DMS, discrete mathematical structures. What is it? So this is the question that may arise. Along with that, we may have certain questions like why actually we need to go in detail into this particular subject. What is the benefit? What is the use of studying this particular subject? So let me give a deep discussion on these two topics. So first of all, I shall be saying about what is this particular subject. So what exactly is this DMS? So DMS is nothing but it is also called as finite mathematics. So as such, by the term it is very clear. Finite means we know it is countable, or I can say that it is measurable. So DMS is also called as finite mathematics, as it is nothing but the study of mathematical structures that are fundamentally discrete in nature. So you might have observed the terms a study of mathematical structures and which are fundamentally discrete. So fundamentally discrete means the objects can assume only discrete values. That is, so let's say I have an example of a real line. A real line as such, it is a kind of non-discrete object, right? So a real line represents different points between, let's say, 0 and 1. So between 0 and 1 we may have several such points like 0, 0 0.1, 0 0.001, 0 0.00001, and so on, right? So between these 2 points, definite points 0 and 1, we may have a continuous set of points, continuous set of points, or in terms it is, we can get a straight line continuously spanning between 0 and 1, or we can say it is a kind of continuous nature. So this real line serves as an example of continuous objects, whereas when we say set of natural numbers, they are definite points, right? We do not have any continuous line that spans between 1 2 3, between 1 and 2, or 2 and 3, or 3 and 4, like that. It is nothing but a set of points in the plane. So this set of natural numbers serves as a discrete nature, or discrete set of objects. So I hope the differentiation between discrete and continuous is clear to you. So DMS, let me repeat the same context, that is what is discrete mathematical structure. Let me repeat the same definition. So discrete mathematical structures is nothing but the study of mathematical structures that are fundamentally discrete in nature. So, in this particular discrete mathematical structures or in this particular subject, we will be having a deep introduction on mathematical logic, mathematical induction, recursive definitions, principles of counting, relations, recurrence relations, directed graphs, trees, and so on. So, we'll be studying all these things in the 5 modules. We'll be having 5 modules, and as such, I shall be discussing about the question paper pattern in the coming slides. So we'll be having 5 modules, and in each module, certain concepts related to this particular subject is served. For example, in module 1, we'll be having some introduction to mathematical logic, open statements and logical implication, logical equivalence. In module 2, we'll be having introduction to mathematical induction, principles of counting, whereas in module 3, we'll be seeing relations and functions, different kinds of relations, properties of relations, and so on. And in module 4, principles of counting and recurrence relations are explained. And finally, in module 5, the introduction to graphs, directed graphs, isomorphism, subgraphs, and trees will be explained. So these are the contents which comes in this particular DMS, discrete mathematical structures. So next question is, why actually we need to study this subject separately, or why it is introduced as a separate course in the information science or computer science course. So why exactly is discrete mathematical subjects? So first point is it develops mathematical maturity, or I can say that it develops an ability to create mathematical arguments. The next point, it is moreover a gateway to more advanced courses in all parts of mathematical science. That is, it serves as a foundation to future computer science or information science courses. It is a basic. That is, if we study discrete mathematical structure subject, we'll have some more foundation, strong foundation over the other subjects like data structures, algorithms, database, automata theory, operations research, operating systems. So these are the subjects which we see in the coming semesters or coming years. So first point is it develops mathematical maturity, or creates the ability to understand and develop logical thinking. And second point is it serves as a basics to future computer science course. So this is the reason why actually we need to have a strong basic or strong foundation over the subject DMS. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So here we shall see the goals of this particular course. So first goal is it develops mathematical reasoning. So as you know, what is mathematics and what is meant by mathematical reasoning. So we have certain concepts which are based on mathematics. We are supposed to learn, interpret, comprehend and construct mathematical arguments, as well as we are supposed to discuss mathematical logic, which serves as a foundation for methods of proof. So the first goal is mathematical reasoning, and the next goal is combinatorial analysis. So what exactly is this combinatorial analysis and how does this serve as a goal? So let's see about it. So first of all, combinatorial analysis means it serves as the ability to count or enumerate objects. We can count the objects and we can solve the counting problems and analyze the algorithms. So based on the counting problem, we can develop some algorithm and we can analyze the problem. So this is what is combinatorial analysis. The third goal is discrete structures. So having known what is discrete, and we have to see and analyze certain discrete structures in this particular subject. That is, we have certain abstract mathematical structures which are used to represent discrete objects and relationships. For example, we may have sets, we may have permutations, we may have relations, we may have graphs, trees. So these are all set of abstract mathematical structures. So based on these abstract mathematical structures, we are going to see how to represent these objects and what are the relationships between these discrete structures. So that is all we are studying in this particular course. So the fourth goal is algorithmic thinking. That is, we may have certain problems that may use certain specification of algorithms, and once the algorithm is designed, we can construct the program. So this is a kind of advanced goal of discrete mathematical structures course. So this is the fourth goal, that is algorithmic thinking. So there are certain class of problems which we use algorithms, and once the algorithm is constructed or described, the program can be designed easily. And finally, we have the final goal, that is application and modeling. So application means we can apply this to certain areas of the course, that is the chemistry, botany, and zoology. So it comes as a deep application of discrete mathematical structures. So first of all, let me revise the goals of discrete mathematics course. That is, first one, mathematical reasoning. So main goal is mathematical reasoning. That is, we can read, comprehend, and construct mathematical arguments. That is, we can design certain combination of the arguments or constructs, and we can apply this to reasoning concepts. So second goal is combinatorial analysis. So here we have the ability to count and enumerate objects. We can solve the counting problems. Third goal is discrete structures. So having known certain abstract mathematical structures, we are going to understand how to represent these discrete structures along with the relationships. So certain examples that I may list out is sets, permutations, relations, graphs, all these come under discrete structures. So we are going to study some detailed discussion on all these things, that is permutations, relations. So having known single components of all these, we are able to construct some more complex kind of discrete structures. We are going to interpret it, and then finally, after combination, we are going to understand how does this represent and what does it actually mean. So fourth goal is algorithmic thinking. This is one of the deeper goal of DMS, that is where a certain class may use certain algorithms, and this algorithm, once it is constructed, we can design a program for it. And the final goal is application and modeling. That is, we can apply this course onto future various branches of science, that is chemistry, botany, and zoology. So let us look into this first application. So in the previous slide we have seen what is the subject and why do we need to consider, or why do we need to take this as a separate course, in computer science or information science. And basically we have seen what are the goals of this particular course. So finally we are interested to look into the applications of discrete mathematics course. So first, so we can apply this kind of the concepts that are applied in this particular course can be used for sorting a list of integers. Can sort list of integers based on different algorithms that we'll be seeing in data structures and algorithms course. Right, in DS we will be seeing into different algorithms, different kind of sorting algorithms, but the basics that is needed to sort will be studied in DMS, this particular course. So we can apply the sorting, different kinds of sorting techniques that we'll be studying in DS. We can merge all these kind of algorithms, but the basic foundation that is required will be studied in this course. Okay, the second application is we are able to draw a graph, and knowing the concept of a graph, we can draw a particular graph in such a way that it should span all the points in a circle without repetition of edges. So we are not supposed to lift the pen while drawing the graph, and the edges should not be repeated. So such kind of such kind of graph problems can be will be using this particular course concepts. So final application is we can have a shortest path from one point to another point. We can design the shortest path kind of problems in using this particular course. So all these concepts will be studied, in the sense will be applied onto the future courses that you'll be studying. Basically this is closely related to data structures course. Different kinds of sorting problems, different kinds of shortest path problem like distrust, Kruskal's, all kind of problems. So all these is closely related to algorithm subjects, data structure subjects. It is moreover closely related to all other varieties of courses in the coming semesters. So first of all, I can say that the first application was sorting. Second is related to a graph, drawing a graph in such a way that it should not, in certain constraints should be followed. The third, we have got solving the shortest path kind of problems.
So first, let's see what are the concepts that we shall be seeing in this mathematical logic module. So firstly, we'll be moving on to propositions, the logical connectives along with truth tables, and some concepts related to tautology, contradiction, along with logical equivalence. Then we'll cover laws of logic, duality, NAND and NOR kind of connectives, along with converse, inverse, and contrapositive and logical implication. And next we shall move to rules of inference, discuss these rules of inference along with certain problems. And finally, we shall touch upon the last topics related to this module, that is open statements, certain quantifiers, and we shall have the methods of proof and methods of disproof.
So let's see here the question paper pattern that comes in video. So first of all, we'll be having sections, different sections, module 1, module 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. So totally 5 modules, and the maximum marks may vary as to 100 or 80. So currently we have got 80 marks. So this is about the just recent question paper, and in each module you are supposed to answer either one full question of one choice or another question of your choice, any one of the two. One full question you need to answer, and each question may have got several options, but the total marks is here, if it is of 100 total marks, your each question will consist of 20 marks, 20 into 5, 100. So totally in the You're supposed to answer 5 questions here, and each question is of 20 marks. So this was of the old pattern, which wherein the total maximum marks is 100, and you are supposed to answer 5 full questions, one from each module, and each question consists of 20 marks. So this will be the general pattern which arrives in the university, right from the university.
So let's see the course objectives for this particular course. So first of all, having a strong foundation of mathematics, this course is intended to provide foundations in computer science courses, so that other courses learning curve will be going on progressively. The second objective is having studied the individual concepts related to logic, relations, functions, and counting, so the students will be able to illustrate the applications of discrete structures. And third objective is mainly focusing on describing different mathematical proof techniques. And finally, it's illustrating the importance to graph theory, how it is applicable to other fields of computer science course. So coming to course outcomes. So in the first module, the students have learned about propositional and predicate logic, and they can use these concepts of propositional logic to in identifying truth tables, as well as to verify the truth tables, and in order to represent these mathematical statements in logic terms. So second outcome is they can, knowing the concepts in the particular course, they can illustrate its application in other fields of computer science. Third outcome is they know how to solve recurrence relations and functions. So students would be able to identify different varieties of problems under a recurrence relation and generating functions. Fourth outcome is having known the proof, mathematical proofs, different variety of mathematical proofs, they could apply those proofs in proving theorems in computer science courses. Next, finally, the final outcome is having studied the graphs, trees, and their applications. They would describe how each concept or each discrete structure differs from other discrete structure, and how it can be represented, and what are the relationships between these discrete structures.